Welcome to the source. The source. Source. Hey, get the source.
What's up, everybody? Just long time no see. Just was back from just a few hours ago. Pretty pissed off for betting the freaking Orioles. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Like, such a stupid bet, such a square bet, and I never bet like that. I don't know. And then I like the Royals. That game's not over yet, though. The Royals. Let me check. Is it still 4-3? Yeah, I like the Royals at plus 140. Didn't bet that. It's just so stupid. There was money on the table today, and I didn't take it. So I'm being a moron, betting like an idiot. Holy shit. I'm mad about that. All right. So we got a couple WNBA games and NBA Finals starting. So we get to watch the finals. Mavs Celtics should be a good series. Lost a little bit of its hype with this gap between. It's kind of like, oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. NBA isn't over yet. We all kind of mentally moved on from the NBA. But game one is tonight. So why don't we start off with, we got Chicago Sky on the road playing the Mystics. Mystics are short home dogs here, catching 3. Did you see Angel Reese get ejected the other night for like nothing?
Yeah. I saw her text was rescinded too.
Oh, I mean, I don't know what she said. Obviously, you can't hear on the court, but I saw the clip and I was like, what'd she get ejected for? I didn't even get it.
Yeah, so this one, like, kind of like some of the WNBA has been like weird line movement here, Kyle. I'm just straight off rip. I'm not betting Washington. Like, Washington is the falling knife that I'm not willing to catch. This team is 0-9 straight up now, 4-4-1 against the spread. I saw that it opened at like 4.5, and money just started to come in on Washington. Went down to 4, went down to 3.5, down to 3. And now it's starting to trickle back up. I jumped in on Chicago at -4 earlier, but I didn't send it out. So I literally just sent it out. Now I see the line going back up. So the official players watched it -3, but I like the 3.5. Like I said, I already played it at 4. I'm just not big on Washington without Brittany Sykes and Shakira Austin. It really could be just that simple. I've been keep mentioning this, but no Natasha Cloud. Lena Deladon stepped away from basketball. This team it's just really difficult for them to be able to score the basketball. They are like the worst offense in the league. The defense is also bottom 3. And Chicago does have a couple wins on the road. They went into New York and beat the Liberty outright as a 16-point dog. They were also harassed. It was some guy who was outside of that hotel. I don't know if people saw this, but some guy outside of that hotel had the camera in Kennedy Carter's face for hip check, the lady who hip checked Caitlin Clark. So that happened. I think that adds a little bit of motivation. Angel Reese is from Baltimore, so she's back at almost close to her stomping grounds. I think Chicago, off a couple losses, I think they get the job done here. I like Chicago, and I also like the under. Total's 156. I think it is trending downward to 155.5. Still 156 is out there as well. But like I said, Chicago, their defense typically travels. They have held 3 of their 4 opponents under their team total. They're also 4-0 to the under coming off a loss. So I think they continue to play hard here. Chicago's the Washington Mystics are only averaging 67 points in the 3 games without Shakira Austin, who's still gonna miss this game. So I expect Chicago to struggle offensively because the Washington Mystics, they always hang around, but then Chicago to be able to pull away late. But the game still goes under. I don't think either one of these teams probably sniffed 76 points if I'm being honest. So I like the under, and I like Chicago -3, -3.5.
So Chicago and the under. Prop Beaver, who plays left field for the Seattle Mariners? Number 10. Dude.
You gonna send him a strongly worded email? Yeah.
This dude just dropped a routine fly ball off his fucking glove, man. I'm about to break something. So Chris is on Chicago in the under. Next game, please. My patience is being tested today. Patience is being tested today, man.
Yeah, just woos out a little bit. I'll breathe a little bit, man.
Oh my God.
All right, so we got the Liberty on the road here. They will be in Atlanta. Getting laying 6.5 points. I like the home dog here. I like the Atlanta Dream plus the 6.5. This is another game I also like the under. So I'll go into side first. We'll go side. So plus the 6.5. And this actually went up to 7, but then the news came out that their starting point guard, Courtney Vandersloot, was downgraded to questionable. She's dealing with something personally. I don't know what it is. But then the Liberty's bench also, Sabley is also not going to be a part of their bench, and they already don't have a deep rotation there. Whereas on the Atlanta side, this team is pretty healthy. Major rest advantage. I think 4 days rest compared to only 3 days of rest, compared to only 1 for the Liberty. The Liberty had a big game. We talked about this earlier this week, how the Liberty had a big game against the Chicago Sky just a couple nights ago on Tuesday, because they had lost twice to Chicago. So I think they had that one circled. They came out, jumped on them early. Still ended up didn't cover the first half, but jumped on them early and then gave it all up in the second quarter. The Dream have played really, really well. Really, really close games. They're competitive. Their offense is a little stagnant, which is why I like the under. But I do think that they can keep it close. We've seen this Dream team just upset the Aces as 9-point home dogs as well. So rest advantage. Liberty also got a big look-ahead spot to the undefeated Connecticut Sun on Saturday as well. But this is a Commissioner's Cup game. I think that they win, but I don't think that they win by 7 points. So I'll take the plus 6.5 here. And then as far as the total goes, I mentioned it already a little bit, but the Liberty 3-1 to the under on the road in their game so far. They stand under by about 5 points. You get a Dream team 3-1 to the under at home, and their games are staying under by 16 points. So, and they've also been held under their team total in all 4 home games. They've held 3 of their opponents under their team total, the visiting teams as well. So I do like the under. And then just trend wise, I looked at home dogs with at least 3 days of rest facing an opponent that only has 1 day of rest, 46, 33, and 2 to the under. So almost 60% of those games go under. I think the Dream bring it defensively, and I think that they can keep this one within 7 points. So I took the points here with the home dog, and I also played this game under 165.
So Atlanta plus 6.5 and the under. For those of you looking to place a bet on this one, Chris has been cashing these.
Shh, Kyle, we don't talk. Let's not talk about it.
Chris hasn't been cashing shit. Then how about that?
Nope, not at all.
I won't say shit. All right, let's bring on Modi. Let's talk some. Did Modi leave? He was just right here. I don't think that's it. Nah, Modi's gone. No, it was a black screen, right? There he is. Now he's back. Never mind. You got it. So that was him. For some reason, the screen was just black. What's up, Matt?
No, that was me. I had to step away for a second.
Okay, well, you've returned. So it's NBA Finals time. It's game 1. And all right, so I'll start on this one. Prop Beaver, you could put up Mavericks plus 6.5 for me. And I think most people watching probably already know that I'm on Dallas. I uploaded a video last night. Confidence level, I think it's the right side basketball-wise, but historically, this would be a spot to bet Boston, and we'll talk about that. So first off, a couple things I'm worried about here for Dallas, and if you're on the Celtics, these are good points for you. Number one, really worried about the defense on the perimeter for the Mavericks. This is an average 3-point defense this year. This is an average 3-point defense in the playoffs. They're not terrible, but they're not great. And this Celtics team might be the best 3-point shooting roster we've seen top to bottom ever. Now, I know everyone thinks about the Splash Brothers, right? The Steph and Clay teams, but I mean roster top to bottom. I don't think there's ever been a team that's shot the 3-point shot like this Celtics team before. I mean, even when they bring in their second unit, Pritchard splashing, Sam Hauser splash. I mean, everybody just launches threes on that team, and they're all really efficient. So we're talking about a glaring weakness right off the bat. You got a Dallas perimeter defense that is average. It's average. Dallas really shored things up defensively down the stretch in the season, and they've done a pretty good job in the playoffs, but they've done a better job on the interior. Guys like Derek Lively, Jones Jr., some of the younger pieces they have done a real good job defensively down low. Worried about their defense on the perimeter. So that's number one. Number two, one of Dallas' defensive strengths is stopping the fast break. Celtics don't run the fast break. I mean, this is a slow-paced team. So a couple of the Dallas Mavericks' strengths defensively aren't really in play here. Celtics are trying to run a half-court offense, kick it out to a shooter, and shoot the three, which is not really what the Mavs want their opponents trying to do. So I don't like that matchup. That's a fortunate matchup on paper for the Celtics. That being said, that's a double.
That being said, that's a double.
That's a foul ball. Foul ball. Sorry. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, okay. So Mavericks offense. Okay. So you might have heard all that and be like, then how the hell are we betting the Mavericks? Well, on the other side of the court, what has Dallas shown us in these postseason, in these playoffs? Doesn't matter who they're playing. Doesn't matter what defense is on the other side. They're going to get theirs. I mean, this is a team that played the Oklahoma City Thunder, the 4th-ranked defense in the NBA. Their offense was pretty good in that series. It wasn't elite, wasn't splashing all over, but it was good enough to win. They played well. They were able to score pretty efficiently against Oklahoma City. Their defense did a great job also, but the offense was able to function, especially in the second half of that series. Then they play the Minnesota Timberwolves, the best defense in the NBA, the number 1 ranked defense in the NBA. They handled their business there. Not saying the offense went absolutely nuts, but they did enough to win the game. So here we are against Boston, the 2nd-ranked defense. We just saw them beat the 4th-ranked defense and the 1st-ranked defense. I'm not worried about the 2nd-ranked defense. They have proven to me, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, the way they're playing with those younger pieces, attacking the basket, cutting to the basket, it's a tough offense to stop. And I don't care how good Boston is defending the interior. They're the second ready. You probably saw this in the video I uploaded last night. So if from shot attempts inside 15 feet this year, best defense in the NBA is Minnesota. 2nd is Boston. 3rd is Oklahoma City. So they beat 3rd, then they beat 1st. Now they're playing 2nd. So I'm not worried about the Celtics defense at all. I think Dallas is going to be able to score. And I don't know if there's a defense that we've seen in the last 5-10 years that could stop this Dallas offense when the shots are falling. Because we did see earlier in the playoffs when Luka couldn't get his shots to fall, but the shots are falling. The chemistry on that offense looks great. And what did we see? We saw the Celtics when they played a team in the Indiana Pacers who, yeah, they were able to score in the Pacers, but weren't able to consistently make stops on the Pacers. What did we see? 5-point game, 3-point game, 3-point game. They did win one of those games by 16, but the other 3 all would have covered this number. So I'm happy to be on Dallas plus the points. Here's where I'm a little worried. And this trend is crazy. Chris is probably about to talk about this. NBA Finals since 2003. Home favorites in Game 1. So Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Teams at home laying the points. What is it? 17-4 against the spread? 17-4, is it, Chris?
Yep, 18-3 straight up, 17-4 against the number.
So historically, you bet Boston here. Basketball-wise, I think the play is Dallas based on what we've seen on paper. But historically, Boston wins and covers here. So you make your own decision. I'm taking the points at Dallas. Didn't bet it that heavy. I'm hoping to maybe play some heavier bets later in the series. Try to get a feel for this one. As far as the total, prop Beaver, you can write under 216 and put it on above my Dallas. I didn't bet that, but if you're looking for my suggestion on the total, it would be under a pass.
Go ahead, Moda.
Yeah, so I have 4 player props in this one, which I normally try to limit myself to like at most 3, but there was just 4 that I like. So I'll go through it quickly. Number 1, I have Porzingis over 1.5 made 3-pointers. It's definitely risky taking him in his first game back, but he's had like a month off. Like he probably could have returned in the conference finals if they needed him. This is really just a play on how the Mavericks play defense. They want to keep one of Gafford and or Lively in the paint. They don't want to have them guard their perimeter, especially Gafford, who will probably start. Now, eventually Gafford is probably going to get played off the floor, is my opinion, but I think they'll start and just be like, all right, KP, beat us from deep. I think that's how they're going to play. And like to this point in the playoffs, the Mavericks really haven't had to worry about a stretch big. The best argument you can make is Chet, but Chet was a rookie. He attempted one fewer 3-pointer per game than KP, and Chet doesn't have nearly the range or the quick trigger. Like KP will go a couple feet outside of the 3-point line, and he can shoot from there. The last time these two teams played, which I get was, yes, it was after the trade deadline, after the Mavericks made their moves, but it was really before their defense showed up. KP hit 4 3-pointers in that game, and he hit 3 in the first quarter alone. So I wouldn't be surprised if something similar happened in the first quarter and he like cashed this out literally in the first quarter for us. The next one I have is Luka over his PRA. I got it at 48.5. I believe it's now at 49.5. I would still take it at that number. To go through each stat quickly. So the Celtics, the way they play defense is they play a high, but they play drop covers. They want to keep everything in front of their center. That leads to a ton of pull-up opportunities, both from three-point range and from the mid-range. And it leads to a lot of above-the-break three-pointers as well. Like they allowed the second most above-the-break three-point attempts in the NBA in the regular season, and then the playoffs, that number's been the same. Luka attempted the most pull-up three-pointers in the NBA and the second most above the break, only behind Steph. And the Celtics allowed the second most points per game to pick and roll ball handlers. Luka has ran the fifth most in the regular season and assists from the main pick and roll ball handlers. And then the last one is rebounds, which is really just a play on the Celtics shot profile. They shoot a lot of jump shots. That leaves more rebounds to guards as opposed to centers. In that same 2 games in the regular season, Luka had 18 and he had 12 rebounds. He cashed this over really with relative ease in both regular season games, which I get that the regular season is different just because the Mavericks team was way different when they played, but still, this is a Luka series just based on the Celtics shot profile. With that in mind, I took Gafford under 5.5 rebounds. I'll just keep it short. The Celtics shot profile leads to more rebounds to guards and centers, and I think Gafford could get played off the floor because he really can't guard in the perimeter, and he can't do anything on the short roll like Derek Lively. Which leads to my last play and this one I didn't send the graphic for because I played it late, was Lively over 1.5 assists at plus 130 odds at Bet365. He cashed this in every single game he played against the Timberwolves, including the game where he left early when he got hurt. It's a play because he actually can pass out of the short roll, unlike Gafford. So they trust him to be a playmaker in those types of situations, and we just need him to get 2. He averaged 4 potential assists in his last 4 games, and he just needs to get 2 actual assists to cash this. So that's where I went. I know 4 plays is a lot, but yeah, that's where I went with this one.
Mariners sack fly, 1-0. Could have been better, but we'll take it to start. All right, Modi, giving us 3 props there. Chris, what side? And by the way, guys, on our side it says excellent connection on the stream. I know some people said it was buffering. Just refresh your YouTube because as far as what YouTube's telling us, it says excellent connection on our end. So, Chris.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I didn't bet the full game side, but like you said, the historical trends, man. Whew, boy. They say just take Boston and watch the game, enjoy it, and collect your money at the end. But I don't think it's going to be that easy either. I think Dallas is live dogs to win the series. But I also want to enjoy the series and not bet it too heavily. So I'm definitely in agreement with you, Kyle. The one bet that I did make. So let's go through the historic trends real quick. Then I'll talk about the bet that I did make. Outside of home court advantage being really, really good for Boston, Kyle mentioned that the game 1 home favorite teams are 18-3 straight up, 17-4 against the spread. But home favorites in the finals with the rest advantage, 8-2 straight up and 8-2 against the spread as well. In game 1 with the rest advantage, just overall in the playoffs, 64-42 against the spread. That's 60%. 5-2 this playoffs. And then you got favorites coming off a sweep in game 1. Those teams are 23-14-1 against the spread in game 1s as well. So all of that says take Boston. Dallas, however, are 27-6 straight up, 25-8 against the number when Luka and Kyrie has played, dating all the way back to March the 7th. So that's something if you like Dallas here. I chose to play Boston first half, which shouldn't surprise neither one of you guys too much. Minus 3.5 is the number, prop Beaver. And it's really just it's pretty simple for me. So super impressive have been the Boston Celtics in the first half, 64-31-1 against the spread in the first half on the season. In the first, outside of the conference finals, they also went 7-3 in the first half of the first 2 rounds as well. And the Dallas Mavericks have been good throughout the regular season, especially after they made the trade. But they are just 48-50-1 against the spread in the first half specifically. So those 2 things, also getting Porzingis back, I don't think hurts anything. I think that actually helps. I think he spaces the floor. I think he's a better rim protector. Better on the drop coverage than Al Horford, who I kind of feel like is going to be Rudy Gobert in this action with Luka and Kyrie when they do get him to come out from the rim. I think he's a poor man, Rudy Gobert, honestly. But I like Porzingis being back. The other thing I'll mention is Dallas historically has just really started off poorly since Luka Doncic has been there in game ones. Even if you just go back to the series that they've played so far in the playoffs this year, they're losing the first quarter by like an average of 7 points and losing the second quarter by an average of like 5 points. So if we expect Boston to come out punch first, punch early, because conversely, Boston has taken care of business in every game one so far. The rest disadvantage has not really hurt them too much. The rest advantage hasn't hurt them too much. Them being rusty versus, being well rested. They've looked really, really good. They've only played 2 games. They've only had 2 series that won an extra game. So they're a much fresher team. I do expect them to take care of home court, especially early. I just don't know what's going to happen after that because we've seen Luka get hot. So I chose to play Boston first half, minus the 3.5, and no play on the total, Kyle. I'm in agreement with you. It's actually up to 217 now. And I kind of feel like I get it. Like both of these offenses are pretty efficient. We expect Boston to be able to score the ball from the 3-point line because Dallas's defense is not great from there. And this total to me seems a tad bit too high, but I'll react to the market and what we see tonight and then have a play for the total in game 2. But I went super light too, just Boston first half minus the 3.5 for me.
Yeah, that's how I'm thinking also. Kind of with the whole game. I bet Dallas and I posted on the site. I'm in on Dallas, but my thoughts are like, let's see what the game plans are for these teams. Let's see what Dallas is going to come out and try to do, and see what the pace of this game looks like. And then maybe in game 2, I'll throw a few more dollars on it and bet a full unit. But I'm on Dallas plus the points. Chris is on Boston for Modi threw out a few props for us. Can you clear the picks out so everyone can see their Twitter names, please, Prop Beaver? Thank you, sir. So, yeah, make sure you show these guys some support. We appreciate them taking the time to come on. They both have their own YouTube channel where they upload their own content. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Let's get into some baseball.
Best of luck. Yeah, I was about to say, thanks for having us and best of luck tonight to the community, man. It's cash.
Sure. There you go. Let's bring on Toast. I feel like we've been in the top of the third here for an hour and a half. And the Mariners somehow only have 1 run. You better beat that out. Damn it. Nope, just 1. All right, we'll take 1. We got, what's his name, pitch count up a little bit. There's no Mason Miller tonight, we don't think. So I guess let's count that as a success. We'll take a run there. But all right, let's talk about tonight's baseball. And actually, we're starting out with 2 passes for me. Prop Beaver, can you click on in the stream, see where it says 2 people? Click on that and move the whole screen up so you can see the pictures. There you go. Perfect. Well, yeah, because we don't do 2 people baseball often, so it's not really set up. All right, so yeah, we got Dodgers Pirates, and I don't really know what to do. I didn't bet this game. I don't really know what to do with it because obviously you can't take the Dodgers at that price, even though you got to think that there's a ton of people coming in on Pittsburgh after the first 2 games of this series. You got to think there's a ton of people hammering that plus 160. And could you really do that, though? Because I'm pulling up the Pirates bullpen now.
Heavily taxed.
Yeah. So there's going Bednar 2 days in a row. Holderman 2 days in a row. Chapman 2 days in a row. Stratton and Molodzinski, I always mess up his name, both pitched yesterday. So the Pirates bullpen is taxed. So I know that based on what we've seen, based on what the Dodgers bats have been doing, Walker Buehler on the mound, it's like, oh, Dodgers got to bounce back and take this. And when you look at the Pirates bullpen, Dodgers got to bounce back and take this. But how could you bet the Dodgers at this price right now? It's a straight pass for me.
I'm thinking about playing Dodgers team total over 5.5 at plus 100, just because we saw the bats yesterday. I don't think what happened on Tuesday is indicative of what's to come. I think the Dodgers can score today. I agree with you, though. I don't think that you can lay that price confidently with Walker Buehler on the mound that's had 1 good start against Cincinnati, and everything else he's going 3, 4, maybe 5 innings, giving up 3 or 4 runs. It's really hard to win baseball games like that. So even if you are the Dodgers, so the Dodgers I guess a pro thing for them is they didn't have anybody in their bullpen to use the last couple of days, so everybody's fresh and available and ready to go. So, I mean, I guess gun to my head, I would say Dodgers -1.5. But again, I'm not playing it. I'm trying to go back and forth. If I play Dodgers team total over 5.5, you could go team total over 2.5 in the first 5, a little bit juicier. But I mean, this price is kind of coming down. It's at -178 right now. So. Clearly, the books aren't really worried about the Dodger money coming in.
Yeah. This is a pass for me. All right, and we're starting off with 2 passes. I did bet some of these late games, but we're just starting out with two teams that I just don't feel comfortable betting. The Dodgers and the Braves right now. It's kind of the almost the same exact situation. I think the Braves hit Mitchell Parker, but I'm in no position to lay any sort of juice with the Braves on the road right now, and I don't even think that the Nats are any good. But this is another pass for me.
I'm on the Braves here for sure. I played the Braves -1.5. I understand that Rolando Lopez is, I guess, just treated me very well when I have bet him. I get the lefty splits are kind of alarming, but at the same time, the Nats aren't really scoring runs, and the guys that they have scored runs off of are guys like, I don't have my note in front of me, I lost it, Severino and stuff. The guys that they haven't done well against is guys like Logan Gilbert, the guys from like Seattle and whatnot. I just have no reason to think that Lopez doesn't pitch well here. I understand that the Braves offense hasn't been great, but they've seen Mitchell Parker once this year. I understand they had a clunker yesterday, but the bat's just starting to heat up a little bit. So I'll take my chances with the Braves. But again, I don't really like this now because I bet it last night and it went down. So, yeah.
I think if actually, I don't even want to give out a bet. I guess if you forced me to take a bet here, it would be the under. But I'm not touching this crap. So prop Beaver. Let's get to the next one. Oh, Minnesota Yankees. You're already on the next one. I'm sorry. All right, Twins Yankees. I did bet this one, but doesn't really need much of an explanation for me. I'm on the Yankees -1.5 because the Yankees -1.5 cashes every day. I got it at +145. The price is pretty indicative that this is going to be the time it loses, but I don't know if there's any evidence of that. I mean, Stroman's been great. He started off the season. No, actually, he didn't really start off the season like that. It was a chunk of the season where he was really struggling, but most of his struggles were on the road. Stroman's been really good at Yankee Stadium for pretty much this whole season. So Stroman at home, I mean, so far this year you've been able to rely on him. So you got Stroman making a home start against a Twins lineup that we know nothing scary against righties. They've gotten hot here and there a little bit, but as a whole, this isn't a lineup that scares you. And then Pablo Lopez, he looked great on the road in Houston in his last start, but and you know what? He deserves credit for that because Houston's been a great home lineup. So that's a great start for Pablo Lopez. He went on the road to Houston and pitched well. That's just not enough for me to sit here and be like, oh, Pablo Lopez is back. He's going to go into Yankee Stadium and pitch against this Yankees lineup that is currently cooking. I know the Yankees are going to cool off at some point, but I don't know how you can not bet them right now. So, yeah, I'm on the Yankees -1.5. If this is the time it loses, so be it.
Yeah, can't really add much. I played the Yankees money line, so we'll see what happens. But like you said, there's no reason if you can't. For me, if you can't beat them, join them. So we'll see what happens. But you guys don't need me to tell you why I bet the New York Yankees. I mean,
eventually, with all the people betting the Yankees, eventually it's going to get to a point where they're overpriced and they're going to cool off, and it's going to become. There's going to be value on fading the Yankees, but that point is not right now. We just gotta wait for it and ride the wave in the meantime. So yeah, I'm on the Yankees -1.5 here.
I mean, it would be just poetically baseball for me to bet the Yankees and them to lose against Pablo Lopez. I mean,
right, that would be.
Is that not just baseball?
Like I could see the screenplay behind that.
I know, right? Like you can see it, just like so. Yeah.
All right. Cubs, Reds in next. And this is an interesting one. I don't have a bet in it, but we were talking about this one in the Discord earlier. So, all right. So I know your initial reaction when you look at this game. And by the way, it was my initial reaction too. But I know your initial reaction is Cubs aren't hitting. Cubs have been trashed. Reds are heating up at home, short price. Hunter Green on the mound against Assad, who's gotten rocked. How do you not take the Reds money line, right? That's your first reaction, because that was my first reaction when I looked at this game. Couple extenuating circumstances here. Well, one in particular, you got the Reds coming out of Coors Field without a day off, which sucks. That is a terrible spot, which makes betting this extremely difficult, because I would love to take the Reds at this short price. But as Toes pointed out this morning, Hunter Green, or I think that was Prop Beaver that pointed out this morning, Hunter Green not as reliable at home in Great American. Reds bats in a tough spot. So what I think the best way to do it, and I didn't bet this, but I think the best way to do it here would be take a sneaky Great American Ballpark under. It's all the way up at 9.5. I think it's a flat spot for the Reds bats. And the Cubs haven't been hitting. So even though Hunter Green has shown signs of getting rocked in Great American Ballpark, this isn't a Cubs lineup that scares me. So I think it's just a flat spot for the Reds bats. If I had to bet a side, it probably would be the Reds. But I really, what I would love to see is Cubs win like 3-2, and then tomorrow go back to the Reds. Like, to kind of like see if the stock on the Reds bats falls a little bit. We could buy low a little bit on the Reds tomorrow. So low-scoring Cubs win, or low-scoring Reds win, low-scoring game. We'll bet the Reds tomorrow. I don't even care who's on the mound.
That could be a scary thought. I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to play the Reds because I've been betting the Reds for 4 or 5 games now, and they've been treating me extremely well, obviously. Obviously on Wednesday, extremely lucky to get not only the money line, but the run line as well with the India Grand Slam in the 9th. But like Sauce said, Hunter Green isn't as reliable at home. I mean, I agree. Like, everything makes sense what you said about an under. For me, though, I mean, I have nothing to say that that's a bad play, besides the fact that it's Great American Ballpark. So I mean, the weather conditions here are just, 56% home run. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. Like, there's a part of me that just wants to play the over just because there's a reason that it's still this high. Like, I really don't know. The weather is making me want to play the over. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know if I don't know if I can actually do it. But yeah.
Hunter Green 0-8 as a favorite. Is that accurate? Someone just put it in there. Has he been favored 8 times?
I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, he's played the Dodgers twice, Baltimore once, on the road. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I guess.
God damn. How do you swinging at ball 4, Mariners?
And by the way, if the comments come in and say Chicago has scored 7 runs in 3 of their last 4 games, like, a lot of that, again, is aided by the wind in Wrigley, which is weather. But again, we have another good weather situation here in Cincinnati as well. So I guess I'm just trying to cover all the bases.
All right. So yeah, under a pass for me. Next game, please.
Clearly, neither one of us are excited about that one.
Yeah, I do think that under is going to hit, but Colorado, St. Louis, the dead arm.
I get so many messages. People are like,
I truly didn't understand that. I truly didn't get it. So
2 people made the same comment to me. It wasn't meant to be I wasn't trying to die on the Sonny Gray has a dead arm hill. Like, Jesus.
I wasn't even trying to argue with you about it. I was genuinely trying to understand.
I genuinely don't think he looks. I think he looked like shit. So I don't.
Yeah, I mean, he had a couple bad starts in there, but like, if you look over his career, he always has bad starts in there. I mean, it's not like there's always bad starts littered in the baseball season.
I get that.
So Prop Beaver's getting the poll running. Prop Beaver, you could put up Cardinals -1.5 for me, which is crazy. And you're thinking that's a terrible bet, but I couldn't figure out any other way to back Sonny Gray. I wrestled with the idea of Sonny Gray to record a win, even.
What was the price?
What's up?
What was the price?
I just didn't want to bet it. I didn't even look because that was just things I was throwing out there.
Okay.
So I want what I think here. My angle here is that the Rockies aren't going to score any runs. Sonny Gray has been a beast in his home starts. And you know what? Let me pull up the game logs just to give you an idea. Oh, shit. I can't pull them up on the screen, but I can read you his home game logs. So Sonny Gray at home. Ready for this? Against the Cubs, 5 innings, no runs, 1 hit. 5 innings of 1-hit baseball. Before that, against the Orioles, 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks. So a whip below 1, just 1 earned run against the Orioles. Before that, White Sox, 7 shutout innings. Before that, Brewers, solid lineup, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 1 walk. I mean, every single home start this year has been excellent. He's placed some good lineups in there. There's some bad ones in there as well. So against the Rockies, who are pretty terrible, I think this is a perfect spot to fade this lineup. I think we should see 6 innings of shutout baseball out of Sonny Gray. There are a couple arms that are either going to be missing or taxed from the Cardinals bullpen. I believe it's Romero and Kittredge. Let me see.
Yes.
Romero and Kittredge probably won't be available, but Helsley's there if they need him. They also have a few of their other guys, and it's the Rockies. So I'm expecting 5-6 shutout innings out of Sonny Gray, maybe 6 innings, 1-run baseball. And then on the other side, we only need the Cardinals to get four runs across, and this should cash. I got it at plus 100. Cal Quantrill, he's actually been pitching much better as of late than he did to start the season. But Cardinals have been hitting righties, and they're at home. The Cardinals' offense has also been better at home. So this bet I think should hit. This should be a good bet. But I'm laying 1.5 runs with the home team, and that is not a spot you want to make a habit of being in. So I'm on the Cardinals minus 1.5 plus 100.
Like I said, I paired the Cardinals and the Red Sox together at plus 105 or 108 or something like that. But regardless, that's what I did. For me, if you're asking why I didn't play the minus 1.5, the total at 7. The total's at 7. It's juiced to the under. I just don't really want to get in that position. Plus, you have the Cardinals coming home from a road trip as well. I think it's juiced to the under for a reason. But yeah, I have a hard time believing that the Cardinals win this game. Like I said, guys, I really think this Rockies team is dead. If you wanted to play a Rockies team total under, obviously it's going to be super low. But
it's going to be 2.5 though.
Yeah, I was going to say, again, I think it's going to be low for a reason. Again, if it's 2.5, it is what it is. But I would play it. So I think this Rockies team is dead. Just to reiterate that point.
So Doug Lane in the comments, Hunter Green is 0-4 as a favorite. So that guy that said 0-8, that was wrong. Cardinals minus 1.5. Cardinals minus 1.5 for me. Next
Most
up.
people, if you're betting baseball every day, Hunter Green at home isn't a spot you're running to the window to bet.
I'm not thrilled with it because I'm on Yankees minus 1.5. I'm on Cardinals minus 1.5. I'm on Mariners minus 1.5. I'm on all these super square sides, and I just lost. I'm on the 4 most square bets on the board, and I don't even know that Orioles bet really has me heated. Like, why did I place that? That's just not the way I bet. It's just a way to lose money.
I'm not even talking. I mean, I can say this to you without worrying. I was shocked. I was like, what are we doing?
I know.
That's like a bet I would make, and you would be like, toast. Come on, dude. You're better than that.
Yeah.
That's a dope hat, by the way.
Thank you. So next up, we got Boston White Sox. And what the hell do we do? This one? Is this the one you paired, right?
Well, I also played Boston minus 1.5. I think they smoked this team tonight. So, I played Boston minus 1.5. Unfortunately, I think it's like might even be unplayable right now. Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's at minus. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ! It's at like minus 145 now. I got it at minus 125. Again, I guess my point to that is we've seen how good this White Sox team can play over the last 2 games. And what I mean by that, I know they lost both those games. What I mean by that is, there they go. They get out to a 4 or 5 run lead. In both of those games, they lost. Now they got to come back home. And keep in mind, since they lost those games, that White Sox bullpen is going to be taxed. I mean, Kopech only threw 2 pitches last night, but he gave up a bomb. I mean, Leisure threw 25 the other day. Revia went 3 of the last 4 nights, excuse me. Schuster went yesterday as well. Again, Tanner Houck has been absolutely amazing for the Red Sox. I mean, look at his last 3 starts. I mean, 2 of them at home, 1 of them on the road. His last 2, I mean, he had a bad road start against the Twins, and since then he's been essentially lights out. So I'll take my chances that Tanner Houck pitches good here today. Jake Woodford, on the other hand, pitching for the White Sox is just kind of been terrible. I mean, his last couple starts, not only has he been bad, he's not even going deep in a game. 4 1/3, 1 2/3, 3 2/3, 3 2/3. So we're going to probably get multiple shots at that dreadful White Sox bullpen. So I'd be shocked if Boston doesn't win this game by 2 or more.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. You could put up Boston -1.5 for me, but I'm not bet. I saw this at -148. Toast.
Yeah, I mean, I sent it. Like I said, I played it last night. That's why I played the parlay as well too. So
someone says I'm taking shots every time Kyle takes the favorite. Currently, my pants are off. I'm getting thrown out of Wendy's. See, yeah, I'm on so many square favorites today. I hate today. Let's get to tomorrow. Me and Prop Beaver started looking at tomorrow's slate. It's gonna be a good one. I got some cool shit. I'm ready for tomorrow. This sucks. It's getaway day. I'm taking favorites. I deserve to lose. How about that Mariners ribeye steak single, though?
who was it?
I don't know. Someone who probably is hitting 171.
Damn. I need another hit run or RBI from Dylan Moore. It was Mitch Garver, though. Shut up.
Want to talk Padres baseball, Toast?
Yeah, I'd love to.
You would?
Hell yeah. You think I'm worried? I'm not worried yet, guys.
I would be.
You would be, as a casual seamster. Not me. Veteran seam head myself. I take a look at the big picture. Padres have won 8 of 11 series. And let me check. Yep, they're still in the wild card race. So, and who has – I mean, just really quickly, who do I have to worry about in the wild card race? The Cardinals, the Giants, the Cubs, the Pirates, the Snakes, the Reds.
And the Mets.
The Padres will make the playoffs, guys.
Whoa. You didn't say Mets.
Oh, they're way down there by the Rockies. Oh, yeah, the Mets are in that list,
like
too.
3.5 games out. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yo, the Discord last night was pretty upset with your boys.
They were. But like I said, I mean, it's kind of funny though. They all hate him. They all bet him. It's like somebody put a quarter in the merry-go-round.
If we're being frank,
the Padres.
If we're being frank, I kind of want to bet the Padres tonight.
Fernando's he did steroids. He did steroids. He
doesn't even care.
He doesn't care. This team. Oh
shit. So I wanted to put up Padres money line for me, probably. I didn't bet this, so everyone don't freak out. I didn't bet this, but like I kind of the amount of hate they're getting makes me want to take them. I actually don't put it up because then people I don't really have. Actually, leave it up. I'll wear it. I'll wear it like a badge of honor. I didn't bet this. I didn't look at the game. I was pretty pissed about the Padres yesterday, and I looked at this game. I was like, Padres as favorites against Slate Ciccone. So this is a straight pass for me.
It would be under or pass, under 8.5 or pass for me. Again, I know that Slate Ciccone faced the Padres like, I don't know how long was it ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and got lit up. But he has been much better on the road than he has been at home. At home, he's been absolutely terrible. The Reds hit him up. The Padres hit him up. The Orioles hit him up. But on the road, against the Giants, 6 innings, 2 runs. Against Seattle, 6 innings, 1 run. Against the Reds, 5 1/3, 1 run. And then on the road to the Mets, 4 2/3, 1 run. So Ciccone's actually been really decent on the road. It's at home where he can't seem to figure out what to do. So, and we all know with the Padres, I mean, yes, the Padres are much better hitting right-handed pitching, but they also do much better on the road. For whatever it is, the Padres just are not playing good at Petco. They're just like Boston. For whatever reason, they don't play well at home. So I have a hard time believing they're just going to snap out of this slump. It's a long season. I'm not worried about them as a whole, but as far as right now with Randy Vasquez on the mound, I'm not in a position to bet him. Or to think that they're going to score. So I would lean under 8.5 or pass. Padres do have a rested bullpen. Everybody's rested and available. So,
Man, after what happened with my under last night in the Snakes game.
Yeah, that was in Arizona. You can't play games in
that
Arizona.
Ballpark sucks. They need to rebuild, bro. That ballpark sucks. Who likes it? Does anyone like Chase Field? Has anyone been there? It's probably a disaster.
I spent the World Baseball Classic there. I loved it. Retractable roof.
Yeah, but you just like have a hard-on for the World Baseball Classic. They could have had it in a dump, and you would have been like, it was amazing.
That is true.
They literally could have had it at the recycling center, and you would have loved it.
The roof at the recycling center?
Oh, shit. Everyone's screenshotting my Padres bet. You know what? Should I just bet it? Should I own it?
If you do it, I'll do it.
Probably you're saying don't back Randy Vasquez. So you think I should back Slade? You're not even mic'd up, bro. You didn't have the stones to throw the mic on today. Prop Beaver's he's got his tail between his legs today. All right, so let's do a Prop Beaver, hit him with your tune.
Community parlay, the parlay we bet, yeah. Community parlay is for the community. We community, making a parlay, yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. Now that we've heard the soothing sounds of Prop Beaver's vocals, let's talk community parlay, which is already dead because the first one's already dead. Orioles. Yo, the community parlay's been cold. And did you see the one guy in the comments? He's like, I've been losing money tailing these guys on the community parlay. And someone commented and like tried to explain it to him. It wasn't me. Someone commented and tried to explain it to him, and he was like, "Still." All right, community parlay. All right, Prop Beaver. Let me know when you're ready for the polls.
Still.
It's like people get so angry and they need to be angry, and when you point out that they're being irrationally angry, they just are too angry to even see it's like, but you suck. Dodgers money line, Braves money line, Yanks money line, Reds money line. Someone said, imagine tailing random community parlays. Well, I've tailed it a bunch of times. There's nothing wrong with tailing it, but like, don't get mad about it. It's a fun bet that we place together for fun. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like pitched as like the community parlay because we're razor sharp and you're going to get rich. Like, we're having fun. Just placing a bet as a group so we can root for something together. That's all. Someone said Prop Beaver's a good guy, but stop singing. Well, you're going to be disappointed when he drops his next single, Dong Song. So Prop Beaver, we should put first place and second place on here because there's only. So it's going to be Yanks and Dodgers. We can end that now. I'll get FanDuel open and I'll calculate the odds.
Yankees is the first one, right?
Yeah, Yankees and Dodgers. Oh, you got the odds open, Toast?
I can, yeah.
All right, cool. Yankees and Dodgers are the first two. They're blaming. Prop Beaver said people are blaming his song for the community parlay. All right. So now in the second one, how many games do we have left? 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna put Braves money line back in. And then you're going to put Cardinals money line, Red Sox money line, Diamondbacks money line. Prop Beaver, you need to change or make a Gmail account that says Prop Beaver. Because when you comment with your name, a lot of people don't know who that is.
I think he likes it that way.
I know, but you can't really see the profile pictures. Okay.
Oh, they can see the profile pictures. They tell me I'm Doug and my family's ugly all the time.
People are fucking crazy, man. Oh, shit. Yeah, all right.
One of them, my wife was really funny on. Somebody commented something and she read it. She said, You're a jerk. You told me I looked good that day.
These comments are Jedi Modai is watching after he claimed he had to go.
That is Oscar, yeah.
So who wins the second poll? Probably very. Oh, it's actually close. Let's give it 5 seconds. Click end poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end poll. And the winner is Red Sox and Braves. Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox, Braves. Toast odds, please.
Plus 522.
Plus 522. The community in desperation mode needs a hit in the worst way. There's rumors that Prop Beaver's song are the cause of it. We need to put those rumors to rest. The question is, can we win with this song? Because if not, he's going to have to record another track.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, we can't have a song. It's a great melody, but if we're losing with it, it's got to go. How many losing parlays before we force him to switch the song? Yeah. I think it's the song. He claims it's not the song. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. Tomorrow, a big day. 15 games Friday night. Always a great baseball night. So we'll be back at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Remember to bet responsibly tonight. Hopefully, man. Yesterday just has me down. I need a bounce back. Looking at tomorrow's games, let's have a good one. Get back on track. It's been a good season for me so far. I'm not trying to keep these vibes down. So remember to bet responsibly. Talk to you guys in the Discord tonight.